Savage Red Recovery, back for another one. This time I'm doing my buddy Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. And before we get into the video, if you guys could do me a favor, just hit the subscribe and hit the bell so you get all my notifications. Like, share, comment, tell me what you think at the end of the video. Give it a downvote if you don't like it. Let's get into it.
Marriage.
I think, yeah, it could be a distraction because, you know, there's a lot of hoes and bitches and, you know.
Wait a minute. What the hoes and bitches got to do with anything?
I mean, what I'm saying in the songs, like, everything is going to, it's no real love in the songs these days.
Y'all don't want to hear that shit.
I want to hear it.
Y'all don't want to hear that shit. Listen, man, I be seeing more motherfuckers, more girls sing the most derogatory records.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's getting away from the love. The music is fucking everybody up.
But see, but listen, if there's no market for it, then it will not be provided to the market. You understand what I'm saying? The way that y'all gravitate to it.
All right, let's stop right there. So what Tiny is saying is that the music, which is highly influential, that it's getting away from the love. And this is absolutely true. If you take a look at the types of songs that have been developed, you know, from an R&B lens, from a hip hop lens, from its inception all the way till now, the type of topics that they talk about is definitely been a shift in the content. I've talked about this on my channel before, like in the early 90s, the late 80s, mid to late 80s, like they wasn't talking about all the stuff that they talk about right now. I mean, there was a couple of dope hits after that, like shout out to Usher, Confessions in 2004, but like in that range right there was the sweet spot from like an R&B or records talking about the love thing. And the thing is like, during that time, right, like because the music was structured in a different way, both men and women were positively affected. Plus, let's say that they didn't have the mother or the father at home and music was one of their outlets. They would see these examples and then maybe try to conform to that. Now, what are the things that they're hearing? Not just that, but just think of the influx of information that is coming from all these different sources. Like being able to go up on Twitter and take a look and then all of a sudden porn just pops up. You see what I'm saying? So it's a much different era.
So buddy, this is where I have to disagree with you. So you forgot about R. Kelly, for one. Closets, my dude, closets. But also on the same topic, I think that feminism and the sexual revolution has actually had a more of an impact on the relationships and what people listen to and the culture than the music has on the culture.
And here's my response to Tip, because I've heard that from artists. They've said that before. And my thing is like, but you can create the market, okay? Especially at his level, okay? When you're Tip's level, when you're T.I.'s level, you can create niches and markets. This question right here is actually like one of these chicken and the egg questions. Like what came first, the chicken or the egg? The analogy here is what drives the music market. Is it the audience who is requesting these types of songs, or is it the artist that is pushing these types of songs? And the thing is, I can see the argument on both sides of the coin, but I still think there's a lot of artists that appropriate our own culture for their own specific financial gain. And then we've seen that time and time again. How many times have you seen like a rapper be exposed for not living the life that what he claims?
And the reason I give these statements is, one, when Tip says that you can't supply something to the market if there's no market for it. If we can remember, Lil Wayne did make a rock album and it did not do that well, and he has not done it since. Two, it was called Rebirth. But two, back in the 90s, there was boy bands. The last boy band that's been around was the Jonas Brothers. Like, there's no boy bands. There isn't, like, in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, you had different boy bands that came out, but you don't have boy bands anymore. Like, all the boy bands are single. They're all just single artists. All right. Also, the fact of the matter is, in their R&B songs, they said the same stuff, but back then you couldn't be as explicit. So they said the same thing, but they just made it more eloquent when they were saying it. like Afternoon Delight, we all know was about sex. So from then till now, it's just devolved. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to agree with Tip on this, my dude. So even in the 80s, you had Salt and Pepper, who said, push it real. Like, what is pushing it? What are you pushing? Like, she's saying this, they're saying the same stuff. Like, the raunchiness of the South did come out more in the 90s with like the 2 Live Crew. But it's just that was already popping up. We'll agree with you that you're right. Like, a guy like Tip on his level, he has more freedom with his label to be able to produce what type of music he wants to produce. But like the new guys that are coming out that are signed to major record labels, their deals aren't going to get the okay for their record to come out if they're doing something that the business doesn't think is going to make money. And that stops a lot of growth and going outside of the music. Like Post Malone does kind of like love songs, like ballad type songs. That's not like super rap. It's kind of like alternative or like poppy. So I'll give you that. It's not like love songs. It's more like I'm hurt and sad songs. But I don't know. Do you remember Snoop Dogg's gospel album that came out? I don't know how that did. Haven't heard anything about it. I think he's rapping normal again.
And I will also add, you say you want a certain type of man, and this is most women. You say you want a certain type of man, but you continuously allow yourself to be attracted to the antithesis of that.
But that's been going on for life, forever. You know, ever since you were like in grade school, you started dating. You always liked the bad guys. You never liked the ones that's sweet and giving you all the attention. Yeah. But when you grow up and you get older,
and then you wonder why you get dogged out. You wonder why you're getting dogged out.
You learn, you know what I'm saying? That's not the way to go. But you got to go through it.
You do?
Yeah, you got to.
You got to go through it.
You know, because I try to tell my daughters, my nieces and stuff, the same thing. You know, they don't like it either. Oh, he too sweet. He this, he that. And I be like, you should want that. But they ain't going to get it till they get, older. And they get, dogged out and man treat them like shit. And then they going to want it.
I just love this dynamic because, I look at it and I can't place blame on how the young versions of us have come up with these ideas within their mind of what they find attractive and what they don't find attractive. I think that makes so much sense that you would not be attracted to that fast life. And instead, if you want long-term loving relationship, you shouldn't be going after the person that show you no actions that they are a long-term loving type of person. And I feel like it's a very interesting dynamic to talk about because here's the thing. I think if you only go through experiential learning or if you only, put yourselves in these environments and, you allow the media to control the way that you think or you allow this idea within the culture that, unless you a dude that puffs out his chest and walks around like, He-Man and, takes no shit from nobody and acts aggressively towards everybody and doesn't care about school. He is like half smart, doesn't care about money, spends all his money on you. Like all of those things that show short-term behavior without an understanding of the long-term consequences of those behaviors or the risk associated with those behaviors, as long as that permeates throughout their mind, it is going to forever pollute the culture. And my thing is like, dudes, for women that you see that want to aspire to be in a relationship with those things, go the other way. Simple. Go the other way. Go do your other thing. Keep on working on yourself. Keep on working on your why. But here's the thing that saddens me. It's like, when will you get it? Like, when will you understand that? And for what I've seen, it happens at a wide degree and variance of ages. There's some that get it early. There's some that get it prior to 18. There's some that get it in their mid-20s. There's some that get it later on when that proverbial wall hits. You see what I'm saying? My thing is, as a dude, Don't be mad at it. Don't be mad. Don't be angry at it. Just do you. Be confident within yourself, okay? If you like to play video games, you like anime, maybe for yourself, you look for another girl that likes to do those things as well. Because here's my thing. I think just as much dudes that go their own path in their own way, there's also women out there that are going their own path in their own way, and they're not watching and loving hip hop. And in fact, they despise those things. You see what I'm saying? Because my dudes, you as the prize, why would you ever select someone else within your life who selects way lesser than you?
35% of all children that are born as of 2017 are to a parent that's unmarried. So with that being said, the push for female equality and sexual revolution and empowerment of women has played more of a role in how people see relationships, because even before social media, you still had hookup culture. People have been hooking up in bars for years. Clubs, people have been going to clubs for years. They had clubs in the 80s, they had clubs in the 70s. Like Studio 54 was nothing but cocaine and clubs and doing freak nasty stuff in the bathroom. But there's a lot of kids that are being born without a dad, or, you know, to a single parent. And when that happens, the girls hit puberty faster. Their moms are single moms dating random dudes. So you got a lot of thottery that's going on, and mom is okay with the thottery. So really, feminism, like I was saying, is what I really do believe is more of an issue, and the sexual revolution and women having sex with whoever they want to empower themselves plays more of a role. And at the end of the day, men are going their own way and women have been going their own way. That's what feminism is. Those women that are going their own way are feminists. Like that's what that is. But that's just my opinions, guys. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Hit the like button. Share it. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like. You guys can always email me at savageredrecovery@gmail.com. Until next time, guys.